I guess so the next thing is, what is online marketing? So to me, marketing in general is just about attracting customers who have a problem or a need that you have the solution for, So if you can attract them and give them the solution, you're creating that market. So creating that market is marketing, right? So that makes sense. So all we're doing is we're creating that market online. Yeah, so now we know what online marketing is. So I want to talk about this model I've come up with myself just to explain it all. I've been thinking it over for the last couple of months or so, and so just bear with me and I hope it sort of all makes sense. To explain online marketing in general. So it's called a solar system, and in the middle there's a big C. Who's already got a website? Everyone? Yeah? So like why do you guys have a website? Give me some, just throw out some stuff.
Find out where we are, find our hours, contact details.
Contact details, yeah. What else?
Marketing tool.
Marketing tool, yeah, what else? That's cool, because I think, you hit it on the head. It's a marketing tool. It's the best marketing tool that you can use, like cost effectively. Like there's no other tool that you could potentially target thousands, hundreds of thousands of people than through your website. So, because when I ask that question to other clients, some of them say, "Oh, why do I want a website? I want it because I want to get to the top of rankings of Google, or I want people to find me online." So, but then why do you want them to find you online? Why do you want them to call you? So the ultimate aim is to get more business out of it. So if it's not getting you business, then it's not getting the result, So it's always coming back to what is the point, because a lot of people get caught up in how it looks, how it's designed, and it doesn't quite look right. But it ultimately comes back to is it performing for you? So just keep that in mind. So this is my solar system, a way of thinking about this. And in the centre we've got our sun, right? And we've got all our planets around our solar system. So think of the solar system as your little online presence in the universe. So the universe is the internet, okay? And you've got, there's billions of stars. There could be aliens out there, and the internet is so massive that you want to create your own solar system. Okay, so each solar system's got its own, own planets. And does anyone have got any ideas what the C might stand for? Customs. Yeah, you guys already know all the answers. Onto it. Okay, so content. Now the reason why is that content, like the sun, because it is the sun attracts everything to it, right? It's got its own pull. It's like the gravity, like Earth does. But the sun, that's what keeps, your solar system together. So the parts of the online marketing tools that you use are social media, SEO, so that's like search engine optimization, search engine marketing, so that's like Google AdWords and the like, so that you're paying for traffic. What else have we got? We've got any offline marketing that you do, so like newspapers, radio, magazine, adverts, stuff like that. What else have we got? Email marketing, that's a really, really big one. Offline, email, and there's one more, partnerships. Okay, so we'll go through each one. Now, none of these can work very well without your big C of content. So if you're not creating content, and you should be doing it at least once a week, you want to be creating content at least once a week, because if you're not, you've got nothing to keep these, because the content drives all of these. Okay, so content, it helps build that relationship so that people know, like, and they trust you. And it's about building a relationship online and getting people to come back again, because if you think of it like if you go to buy something, say a TV, people nowadays do their own research, don't they, online? Do their own research. They want to educate themselves. What are the options? What are the what are the stores that sell them, you know, what sort of different specs are there, so that when you go, you know what's a good deal and what's not. So a lot of it's about educating yourselves first, so that's where your website can be your marketing tool, and it can actually do your selling for you, so that when they come into store, they already want to buy, basically. So that's if you're doing a really good job of it. So we'll start with social media, how this content drives social media. So with social media, a lot of businesses would say, well, I don't know what to talk about. I don't know, you know, where to start. What can I say? So if you're doing content that's helpful, informative, engaging your customers, then you've got stuff to talk about and stuff that you can pull them back to. Search engine optimization. The best SEO that you can do is content, because there's so many long tail keywords that come out of that. It's probably a whole day's seminar in itself, but search engine optimization, it used to be where you'd have an SEO company and they would say, yeah, we'll get you to the top rankings of Google for the top 3 key phrases, right? So for example, with my kitchen company, it would be Kitchens Auckland or Kitchens Hamilton. So they're paying a whole lot of money to these SEO companies just for these 3 key phrases. But in all reality, people come to your website for so many different terms. Cheap kitchens online, flat pack kitchens, different bench top options for kitchens, kitchen design ideas, kitchen inspiration, you know? So there's so many different areas. So if you're writing content that's helpful, informative, engaging, and targeted at your target customer, then naturally Google's going to see all your content and just start ranking you for a whole lot of different phrases that there's no way that you would know otherwise, that people are going to be searching for your business.
Featuring on Google for keywords and stuff.
Okay.
They're absolutely
imperative. Opposite of imperative. Don't even do it. Don't even bother. It's changed in the last even 6 months or so. You might have heard of it. It's called Panda and Penguin updates, and basically Google has said that stuff is irrelevant. It's trying to game the system. All you're trying to do is produce natural content that your customers actually want to listen to and hear and understand. And so naturally, because of everything that you write, Google the syntaxes and everything, Google is really amazing. They can just pick out and understand it. There is things you can do, like you can make a page name as your key phrase. So if you want it to be cheap kitchens, right? Cheap kitchens. So that's the page name, so the URL, and then the description and the SEO title and the description can include that phrase in there, but that would be all you do, and you do not stuff keywords into pages. Like, you don't want to be going, we sell cheap kitchens, our cheap kitchens are amazing, cheap kitchens all day long, you know? They just go big cross against your name, your whole website. It's a big no-no now, so yeah.
So Ben, when you say change content, are you saying change the homepage content? Are you saying have a blog site and add a blog in every week or whatever?
Yeah, so basically what I'm saying is the more pages you can have on your website, the better. So you want people to have a reason to come back to your website again and again. So if someone comes to your site and they come back a week later and nothing's changed, or maybe 2 or 3 weeks later and there's nothing different, then they don't have a reason to come back again. Whereas the more content, the more pages, the better, and it just drives everything. So this SEO, search engine marketing, now this search engine marketing, so we'll go, because we haven't got much time, I've got to race through this. Google AdWords.
Any more questions?
No, we'll see if we've got the end with Sally, see what she says. AdWords, so Google AdWords, if you're doing Google AdWords, you don't want to be, it's pointless to pay for Google AdWords if you haven't got anything on your site to actually convert your visitor. So it's like turning the tap on in the bath and you don't have the plug-in. Do you know what I mean? So you're paying for all this water to come into your site, and if you're not got the plug-in to actually capture them, engage them, turn them into actual customers, then it's just a waste of money. So that's why I'm sort of against businesses, well, not against, but I don't know, they're only providing part of the solution, you know.
So you need to have like a landing site that goes from the ad to a landing site,
you know, like on your web page, on your website, you have a landing page that will then go onto a registration or, you know, or a description of product or whatever it is. So you need to add those, yeah?
Yeah,
Rather
so
than it just being, oh, I've got cheap massages, and then you get to my website, it's like, yeah, and?
yeah, so that's right. So it's part of your strategy of what you're trying to achieve. So if you want cheap massages, you would have a whole page that's about cheap massages and how it relates to that ad that you're doing. Because yeah, you're exactly right. If it doesn't relate exactly to the ad that they're searching for, in any way, if it's not related, they're just like, well, this isn't what I'm looking for. Boom, gone. Because the internet's so big and people's attention spans are so short that it's just, if you can't grab them in that first instant, so that's where, yes, you've got to have that.
It's got to be quite specific.
Exactly. Yep. So with the AdWords, if you haven't got that content on your site, there's nothing really there, you know, then it's a waste of money. So the content drives the search engine marketing and AdWords as well. And then the content drives offline. If you want to be able to get ROI, you can read it. It's actually vertical, sorry. Okay, to get return on investment for any offline marketing, if you're doing radio, TV, stuff like that, then it's the same thing again. Like if you're going to do a radio advert, you want to actually capture those customers, you know, get them into your system, because this is your whole solar system where all of a sudden they've go from the TV or the newspaper to your website. Wow, this is really interesting, informative, helpful. These guys know what they're talking about. They're engaging with me, like they're giving me what I want, the information I want. So that's how you capture them. And then all of a sudden, from that, it drives that, but then all of a sudden you can capture their email, and this email is crucial because, it's so powerful because, think of it in that you're gaining a bit of power. So instead of a visitor going to your website and then they leave, you're just hoping that they come back to your site again, you know, in a week or whenever. It's out of your control. Whereas if you can get their email address, and you do that, there's different ways you do that. If you can get their email address, then yeah, that's another whole talk day. If you can do that, then all of a sudden you're in control, and you're in control of the message you send, when you send it, how often you send it, what you say, because it's going to their inbox. Do you know what I mean? So all of a sudden you've got the power, and you can deliver your marketing message to them rather than hoping they come back. So that's a big part of it. Now the last one here, it's not such a big deal for us, I suppose. Partnerships is where you get traffic to other parts. From other parts of your site, you might get blog posts on other blogs, or there's forums out there, you know, chiropractor forums where you discuss stuff, and people on there like, oh, he knows what he's talking about. I want to find out a bit more about you. Comes back to your website. Then once again, if your website's got awesome, valuable content, and they really like, all of a sudden they're into your system, your little solar system in the universe, then all of a sudden this content, I've done it that many times. Okay, 1C there, this content, because you've got the system all working together, this content's holding it together, working all these things, feeding all these planets, then all of a sudden that content becomes a community, and from that community you get customers. So you can see that evolution. So all of a sudden you've got all this awesome, amazing content, and then it becomes a community where people want to know what you're talking about, and they start to trust you, and you are seen as the leader in the market. Here, this is a good one. I'll give you this. There's so much authority. It's a fine.
Sorry.
You tell
I
me.
tuned it down. It's vibrating really loud.
Is it actually a phone?
Yeah. Sorry, it's a friend. Sorry.
It's a friend. Consistency times. Okay, there you go. Authority. If you want to be the authority in the market, where you are the people that people turn to, they see you as the leader, as the innovator, as the person who is the one that they turn to for answers when they have a problem. You know, because that's all it is. People have a problem. If you've got the solution, you're selling, that's your product or service. Yeah? Okay? Content times consistency times connection. If you think of that, that's a great way to do it. So content, we've got the content side of it. Consistency. So that's the whole thing. With this whole system, there's no rocket science to it. It's just basically bloody hard work of doing the right strategy consistently, just relentlessly, you know. So that's how, over a year, Nick's turned her site from, at the start, from nothing to now, you know, 500 people a day come to the site, you know, and 3/4 of them have never been to the site before. That's the consistency part. And then if you want to build that community, then that's the connection side of it, and that's where the social media comes in, and getting that real engagement and two-way, because relationships are all about two-way communication, you know. It's not just all one way. Just you want to start listening to your customers, and that's how you connect to them. That's why social media is becoming a bigger and bigger part of this system. Yeah, so I've come up with this completely myself, so this is a world first for you guys. You're part of history here. Yeah, but I'm pretty happy with how, because it's, I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's a good way to visualise how you're trying to achieve things, because I'm all about the big picture, you know, and how all the parts fit in, because you might have different people that help you with the different parts of the system, but you need to understand how it all fits in, because if you're just doing one part of the system, like we talked about, and you don't have your content, then it's a waste of time really doing the social media, a waste of time doing this, doing any AdWords. You're not going to get any SEO benefits. Everything just relies on this content. Yeah, so yeah, question time.
Do you, as a website dude, sorry, I don't know what the term is.
Marketing guru,
Yeah.
online marketing.
Do you create the content, or do you encourage your customers to create their own content? Do you give them ideas?
Yeah, good question. So that's where I differ. Well, I guess my key thing is that my customers, they want me to do it all for them. Okay, so they just hand over the whole online presence to me, and I kind of, because I don't know anything about kitchens, for example, so that's where I interview them and get them to give me the information, and I go away and then actually produce the content. Yeah, so, but at the end of the day, no one knows your customers better than the business owner themselves. Yeah.
Do you, can you teach people how to do the content themselves, like how to change it regularly and change photos regularly? And
yeah, so when just to pull you up on just the terminology, instead of change, it's just adding. Okay. So there's you can never have too much content on your site. Okay, so even if you think, that wasn't very good. Like if I read a blog post or something, it wasn't very good. Don't worry about it, you know. Good is good enough. It is, and you know, just keep doing it. We're being that consistency, being relentless about it. In terms of always think, what does the customer want to hear? How am I going to help them? How am I going to be helping them to educate them? Because people, when they're in that frame of mind where they're in the market for the product, like the TV, for example, they're in that mode of wanting to consume and school themselves up on what all the options are. If you can be the one to provide them with that information, then all of a sudden you're starting to build that trust with them and that relationship. And yeah, so if you can, like I said, you be the one to do that.
Is there